Good morning. Today is Monday. It is coming off a weekend that was pretty darn nice around here. Weather wasn't too bad. We've got a warming trend today for the most part, and then mild weather through. When I say mild, I mean upper 90s, mid 90s in the inland Central Valley parts, so maybe upper 90s, maybe a few low 100s, but nothing extreme, which is good with me. What you've noticed on the satellite map, this is the visible satellite map, is the smoke. We'll talk about the air quality. We'll talk about the fire, the green fire. We'll talk about the temperature today in Redding at 107. Los Angeles today will be 76, and where those temperatures go tomorrow and the rest of the week. And we have a bunch of other stuff too. It's a good day for weather, just a lot showing up on the satellite image. You can see the marine layer has been disrupted a little bit, right? It's inland, and you're like, well, it should be deep, but it's actually being disrupted by, you can kind of see a little bit of a flow, kind of just see a little bit of an eddy flow here, right? So that's what that is. So a little disruption there. Down along the coast, San Diego, a pretty good push this morning. That fog is going to burn right back to the coast, but notice the smoke all the way up and down the valley. Now, where is the air quality the worst? Right here, obviously. And the air quality is not too good up around Grand Canyon, where there's a pretty decent fire burning right now. That smoke's filtering into Southern California, mixing with the green fire smoke. So smoky conditions. And what's interesting about the green fire is, we'll go more in depth on the green fire in a minute, but what's interesting about the green fire is it's Forest Service dominant land, and so the Forest Service is running the fire, and then Cal Fire kind of tags onto them or involves their resources as well. But I think Forest Service has the run of the land. But they're doing I noticed this a couple of days ago. They're kind of letting this area. I know the area really well. It's that kind of ridge between McCloud River and Pitt. There's not a lot there, which is not to say there's nothing there, but there's not a lot there. It's south of Big Bend, where there is a town. So in my mind, and I think more people are coming to terms with this, is I think they're kind of controlled burning here, because they got not horribly favorable weather, but not detrimental weather in terms of wind. And so they're making a run at letting this thing kind of burn naturally, running its course, which tends to be the Forest Service way if they can, which is awesome. This is that smoke this morning coming down into Redding. I mean, right? If you're in Redding today, so it's going to be $107 in Redding today. How's that feel with that air quality? 107 degrees. You got your heat issues already, right? Heat advisories. And then you've got, there are heat advisories today too, through today and tomorrow for parts of California. We'll look at those. But you add the heat to the air quality, and you got yourself a nasty brew. This is the shot we always look at. You're like, well, it should be a lot warmer today because the marine layer, right, appears to be kind of limited, and it is. But there's actually, first of all, you see smoke offshore. That's from the green fire. And you see this clouds coming in. It's about 1,200 foot deep marine layer, so indicating that there's some high pressure in the area, but there's also disruption in the field, because we see a little bit of clearing out here, and you saw a little bit of clearing in the visible satellite image. Right now, this is the depth. It's about 1,300 feet deep right here. That's about 1,300 feet deep, and it's been hovering about there. That's 1,300 right there. So that should be, pretty warm today. Today will be probably the warmest day of this week. And then this inversion, which is the top of here, this is now time, is going to open up to like here, up to 1,800 feet. And that's going to allow more cooling into the area. I know that profiler is a tough one. I figure if you keep looking at it, eventually it's going to click. And so this is the loop. This is the smoke from the green fire. And you can see it here. Those are some of the pictures we showed. And what else? Hope you had a good weekend. I did a lot of house stuff. Which is always good, because it's that stuff you don't want to do, like hanging blinds and stuff. Took forever. I thought hanging blinds would take a couple seconds. Took forever. But there you go. There it is. Satellite loop. And then this is the GFS 500 millibar vorticity. And what I want you to see here is the high pressure ridge, which is here. That's the jet stream, right? So this bump here, that's the ridge. So you see that black line, see the other black line. When they get close together, you see they're all kind of doing the same thing. That's the Pacific High trying to establish itself. And then down here, you've got some disturbances coming through the field. So there's the dominant high, and then you got these little energy packets that move through the field and create disturbances, which in this case is disrupting the marine layer, making for a nicer day at Stinson Beach today, nicer day in Santa Barbara, nicer day in Los Angeles, but also adding some cooling. It's not a lot of cooling, but tomorrow you'll notice a little more cooling. So today, Redding 107, tomorrow, Redding 100. Today, Los Angeles 76, tomorrow, Los Angeles 74. Santa Barbara today, 67, tomorrow, 67. So let's move through the model here. And we go this way, and you see see that bump come down. I think you can see it. I'm not going to draw it in, right? See those black lines drop. That's your significant cooling for tomorrow. Not significant, 5 to 10 degrees, 5 to 8 degrees, and then you just see that the ridge sort of flatline, sort of flats. See, it's flatter. It's not pumped way up. And so that's what this week looks like. It looks like a really pleasant week. Looks like I'm sure the CAL FIRE and Forest Service guys on the grain fire are going, this pattern's awesome. We can not crush, but we can allow, because that area hadn't burned. I mean, there were some fires. I've seen burned trees up there when I'm fishing it, because I fished every inch of the pit. I swear to God, it's sad. And I fished every inch of the McCloud, except for some private land in there I haven't fished in. I've been in fished Balibaca though. But above that, somebody has a property there. But either way, it's that ridge between the two, and that ridge between the two is pretty void of a lot of structures. I mean, in Big Bend, like I said, is further north. So this pattern will probably allow for that to happen. It's for the fire basically to burn down to McCloud. They can let it just go right, make that the fire break, and then burn down to the pit, make that the fire break. I think that's what they're trying to do. It's a risk, right? But I mean, otherwise you've got these forests that haven't burned in a long time that need to burn. I mean, that's, it's nobody's fault. Like I have people go, oh, whose fault? It's pointing fingers. I'm like, it's our fault, because for the last 100 years we've been putting out fires. I've talked about this before, and I'm not being a dick or anything. I'm just like, come on. Like we see a fire, we put it out, which we should, because we built in places where fires are, so we got to save the structures. It's sort of like a feedback loop. I'm all for it's. I mean, it's not nobody's fault, but it's our fault just for not recognizing this. And now here we are, 100 years later, going, oh, geez, now look at all this we got. And that's what Paradise was. That's what Coffee Park was. Okay, so here is the North American. And this is the forecast for today. So here we are, see the hundreds. So today's the hottest day of the week. See the footprints, all sorts of heat. But you also see that Beidel on the coast. See that orange, that's cooler. So that's this little bit of a sea breeze. That's today. So cooler right along the coast. Now watch, what I want you to do is watch the purples recede as we go into tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon. So there's Tuesday afternoon, right? And what do you see? You see, okay, so cooler, right? Even the North Valley, right? So tomorrow, like I said, Redding 98, 99, 100. And then, so this is Tuesday afternoon. And you see the heat's kind of pulling up down here. And you see further cooling right along the coast. I know the model's hard to read, but it's a good model. It's a good model. It's pretty granular, higher resolution than GFS. And then this will be on, look at how much cooler it is on Wednesday. So this is all, this is all good news. That's good. Good. It looks hot, and it is, but it's like, what, 90? Well, let's see if we can go 90 something in Redding on Wednesday. Yeah, that's some big cooling. Look at the Central Valley. Let's go down to Sacramento, 89, 90. So significant cooling on Tuesday, Wednesday. And then the heat kind of shrinks a little bit in the Southwest. So that's the forecast for the next couple of days. There's no big heat. We looked at that. We actually saw it on the GFS vorticity, right? You saw the jet stream kind of deflate, I guess. It's like this, like today, when the warmest day of the week. And those black lines get closer together and it deflates, and it just cools us. Jet stream is, and simply, the jet stream is the division between the cold air here, or the cooler air here and the warmer air here. So when that comes down, the cooler air gets closer to us. When the jet stream comes up, the warmer or the hotter air down here moves up. So this is forecast for today. And this is forecast for tomorrow. And if I could go into Wednesday, you'd see even further cooling, but a very pleasant forecast ahead. Still hot, 121 down just north of Vegas and down to Mojave. 107 down toward in parts of Arizona. So here is let me get a swig of this. Here is the green fire. It's got a little containment, 5%, which is sort of, containment's a funny thing. We talked about it last year. It's kind of an indication, but it's not a complete indication. It's basically, they're 5% contained, and that's really good. That's really good. I'm not going to get into containment today. So the green fire, 11,000, almost 12,000 acres. We can see a live picture of it. Not a live picture, but a picture from this morning. Let's see. This is watchduty.org, which is an awesome site. And you can see it kind of coming up. I think this is this morning. Let me check the date on it. Yeah, this would be this morning? No, this is all the way back on the 25th, 7th. So that's a while back. But that's the lay of the land. That's the landscape that these firefighters are having to deal in, and hence the issues fighting the fire. But also, they have natural fire breaks. And again, the ridge lines are awesome in a way. If you have nothing here, you let the fire burn up from the water sources, which are the Pitt and the McCloud. And so you got a fire break here. The fire doesn't want to burn downhill. It wants to burn uphill. So it burns up to that ridge line and they can contain it. Now, the only thing that I guarantee you, if this wasn't a pattern that was favorable to fighting, or as favorable as you get for fighting fires in the summer, they'd be hitting it really hard right now. But I think they're letting it creep a little to clean that ridge line a little bit. They got a lot of tankers, trucks. They got a lot of people working on the fire. It's awesome to see. If you're in that area, it's a full-scale operation between the Forest Service and CAL FIRE. So here is the air quality, and this is what we were looking at. Let's see. So there's Shasta Lake, right? So look at Redding. This purple right here, I'll read it again. Health warning of emergency conditions. Everyone is more likely to be affected with 24 hours of exposure. Wow. It's going to get a little better this afternoon. Does it get a little better? Yeah, no, not much, really. So everyone's affected by this. Everyone. And that's, and then, oh, by the way, it's 107 degrees. So today in Redding, you guys, I would stay indoors if you have air conditioning. You can also do a move if you need to. No, I don't even think you can. You could drive away, drive up into the hills up by Clear Lake and up in there, up to Fortuna area. But overall, you're just basking in it. That's really bad air quality. It's as bad as I've seen. 602 parts per million. Holy smokes. Okay, and you can see everybody's impacted. The reds and the yellow, the reds, if you have asthma or something, not good for sure. Yellows and greens are like, not bad, but the greens are awesome. But the yellows are kind of like, this isn't good. So you got some air quality issues around here. I think most of that's probably morning drive. And then you've got air quality issues here. And then let's see how it looks in LA. Sorry to drive around, make you seasick here. But the air quality last couple of days, right? I know. So Los Angeles has some smoke. Interesting. The air quality not so bad down around the Grand Canyon where they do have a fire burning right now. Interesting. Maybe it's higher level smoke. But anyway, we know where the main smoke plume is coming from. This is Round Mountain, and this is this morning, and you see the smoke. I mean, again, kind of looking out towards Shasta. Oh my God, that's just nasty. But again, that's fire, and you can see, right? These forests. I'm not completely savvy on the fire history right here, right now, but you see how dense it is, and so it really is. If you can burn that out at the expense of the air quality, you're probably in the big picture doing the right thing, and that's I think what's happening. So that didn't work. That didn't happen. Let's do this. This is looking towards Chico. Let's see if I can find Chico. Go south a little bit. That's kind of down towards Chico. So you can see air quality, not a little better downwind, from the fire. That is as of 10 o'clock this morning. And then we can play the smoke model. This is now, and this is the smoke and kind of its movement. You see it's starting to go back on itself a little bit, and then the smoke works its way down. Not bad. It gets a little better this afternoon. That inversion is going to get busted up a little bit, or the warmer day is going to lift that smoke up off the ground a little bit. So we're going into, hang on, we're coming into today right now. So here we are today. Sorry, that first part was early. So today, there it is. Okay, so that's kind of the footprint. Is it granular? No, but gives you a pretty good idea. Here is the heat advisories. Here are the heat advisories, heat warnings, extreme heat warnings here, extreme heat warning here, fire danger here. Don't have any red flag warnings here, but we do have the heat advisories. This heat advisory stays in effect through Tuesday. This heat advisory up here gets dropped. Poor Texas, just getting more rain. Carolinas have had some significant rainfall, severe thunderstorms down in Atlanta. Just a interesting, lot of activity going on right now. And one of the things that comes up a lot, everybody's asking about the Texas flooding. This is the 6 to 10 day outlook. Temperature about average, maybe a little above. That big flood down there, and this is rainfall potential. The basic, there's climate change, not climate change, all the things that go on around it, all that, there's a lot of talk, right? Because what is it? Is it, is it man-made? Is it this? Here's the thing. Planet's warming. If it's man-made or it's natural, either way, planet's warming. You got more, I think it's anthropologic, by the way. But the other argument is it's the planet does this, So that's another day. But overall, it's clear since the Industrial Revolution, the planet's warming. And as the planet warms, the air is able to hold more water. So we know we can factually measure, the temperature as we go into these last few years, and we can see that it's warmer than it has been. So if the general atmosphere is warmer than it has been, it can hold more water. And when you can hold more water, you can precipitate more water. And just based on that alone, yeah, no kidding, the storms are like a little bit on steroids. It's a little bit like an El Nino is like that. An El Nino will inject an existing storm with more moisture. Well, in this case, the whole of the atmosphere, or a large part of the atmosphere, warmer than it has been in our tenure, is holding more water. I mean, and that because there's hotly debated topics and whatever, but what should not be hotly debated is, yes, the planet is warming. And yes, the warmer air holds more water, just physics. And so that is when I look at I was listening to Bill Nye the other day, he was talking about that too. That's probably the main thing. It is the main thing. This is, just so I know these discussions come up, and you guys, if you're watching this, you're into weather. But that, to me, is pretty clear that the extremes do seem more extreme, certainly, in terms of hot and cold, but in rain. But in terms of just, boom, rain, more water, more atmospheric water available for these storms to produce. Okay, so what do we got? Oh, we got Pacifica. Let's see if I can refresh it. Please, 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 please. Yeah, buddy. Oh, let's see. Yeah, nice day. Nice day. Beautiful day. So Pacifica is an awesome place because it faces a little bit, kind of just kicks a little bit the other way. So a northwest wind takes this fog, and this is Lindenmar Beach, and kind of pushes it off. It's foggy everywhere. It's foggy all the way down to Sharp Park. But right at that point, it pushes the fog away, and you get this little window of sunshine. So it's an awesome beach that way. Okay, Lindenmar. Oh, surf. Comes up a little bit today, a little bit next couple of days. Thursday, Friday, I think are the best days this week. It'd be like 3 to 5 in Santa Cruz. Make sure this is fresh too. I don't know if this is refreshed. This is Trussels. And I put this up because I wanted you to see. They got good swell, probably 3 to 4, 3 to 5. And again, you're not getting waves out there. You're not getting waves. You know where I'd be sitting? I'd be sitting right there, right on the edge, hoping that guy fell. Because it's these kids, men, women, people, things, they surf out there a lot. They surf out there a lot. And it's not a ski resort where you can just go, it's my turn. It's like, no, this is ocean different. It's not it's never your turn unless you're in the right position. And you got to be in the right position. You got to be strong, and you got to be smart, and you got to be good. And if you do get right position and you take off, then all those guys, they'll give it to you. But if you fall and miss it, which a lot of times you will because you're further back behind the peak, you're done. You're done for the day, man. Everybody's going to drop in on you. So it's kind of it's a pecking order. We talk about it all the time here, but it's sustainable. It sustains a good environment. Okay, so this is the South Lake Tahoe. There is the hotels. I think the Embassy Suites. Can't remember what's over there now, but they built all. It's really built and turned it. It's really nice what they've done downtown. But you see the smoke. I'm rambling a little bit now. Here is the jellyfish from Monterey Bay Aquarium. I've taken to watching this. It's got a nice little soundtrack. Let's see if I don't know if you can hear it. I don't think you can. It's a nice little soundtrack underneath it, so I've been reading my books to it. Here is Mount Shasta. Let's take a quick look at this. If you're still here, appreciate it. Let me know what you need or what you don't need. I think these fires are compelling. This is this morning. See the smoke? Not so bad up higher, right? The smoke's kind of going down the drainage, so it's not showing up here. Mount Shasta's still holding snow. Pretty good, right? For this, it went fast, and now it's still holding. So we got that. Then we got, yeah, I told you we got bears, dude. Look at that. Look at the boys. I think these are brown bears, not grizzlies. Brown bears are bigger than grizzlies. That's an awesome shot. This is actually live. We're crushing right now. For sure, babies. That must be fun. It'd be like going to the ice cream shop and just the guy behind the counter just handing you this scoop, going, here, just take what you want. And the fish look prolific or abundant today. The boys the kids are working this back. That's where these fish are tired in here. And they kind of drift out of the current and they're resting. And then these guys get them at a disadvantage. Man, that's awesome. Now, I am told, we'll stay with this, but I am told that these fish increase in their number, which is frightening because there's thousands right now. These are salmon. And that it becomes more many more bears show up in August. And late this month and into August and September. Isn't that crazy? God, the circle of life. Look at this. He's got a fish. And they're big fish, by the way. Like you're going, yeah, you think those are little like 10-inch trouts. No, I think those are 35-inch fish. I mean, these are big bears, man. And look at the size of the bear and then scale it to the bear's head. Anyway, grizzly bears not in this mix. They're more rumply and they got a hump on their back often. Ooh, he's killing it. I wonder how many fish. I mean, after they spawn, they die. So I'm wondering how many fish could make it. I don't think the bears could take that many. But anyway, so that's the bears, which is awesome. Kind of rambling long here today. I didn't think I was, but these are puffins, but they're not. These are fun little birds. Sometimes the puffins show up. And then this is the Mojave Desert. Okay, let me see if I can move it in real time. Oh, great. Got an advertisement. Anyway, hope you're having a good... I'll see if I can skip this bad boy. I hope you're having a good run of it. I guess it's not going to let me. I guess it's right there. Yeah, Ross Coulter, UFO guy. Okay, we'll see you back here. Today is Monday. I'll see you. I might go... I think I'm going up fishing for a few days. So I'll see. If I'm fishing, I'll miss you guys. But if I'm not fishing, I'll see you guys. Have a good day.